Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about how to graph a histogram by hand. Okay, in general when we get large data sets we would just put these into a computer program or a calculator and graph it because we're usually just interested in the shape or maybe the mean. Gives us a visual outlook of all of our data. But it is very helpful to kind of learn how these things are made so you have a better idea of what you're looking at when you see one. Okay, so when we do these, there's two areas that we're interested in. The first thing is the number of bins. The number of bins. Okay, so basically, a histogram is nothing really more than just an XY chart, XY graph. Okay, where here's our Y and here's our X. And there's some stop, there's some start and some stop. Start, and there's some stop. Okay, so the start's going to be somewhere around where your lowest data point. Well, 25 is my lowest data point, and I think 95 is my highest. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere around 25 and somewhere around 100 where it's going to stop. Well, a bin would be the distance from here to here. Okay, and we have so many bins. Okay, and the number of bins is kind of up to you. That's what we're going to find the number of bins. Okay, all we do is we take the range of this data and divide it by however many bins you got. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to find the range first. Find the range. So what we want to do is pick a number just above this, and since it falls on 25, 25 is fine. 25 is fine. So we'll say 100 minus 25. That's our range. Okay, so this is somewhere from the start all the way into the stop. So what I do is I divide this by however many bins I want. Bins. Number of bins. And we usually want at least 5. Okay, and if I divide that, I'll get the length of each bin. I get the length of each bin. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do. But to help us organize our thoughts, we make this thing called like a frequency table, I believe. And we'll start off, and that's going to be our bins. This is going to be the counts. This just helps us organize. This is going to be the frequency. Sometimes I'll call this relative frequency. And cumulative frequency. Sometimes we'll do that too. Okay, so the bins is going to be the length of each bin. So let's say we want 5 bins. We want this to have 5 bins. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to start. I know where I want to start. I want to start at 25, and I want to end somewhere around 100. So let's pick a number. Okay, divided by 5. Okay, so 2. So 1. So every length would be 15. Okay, so this would be the length, and this would be the number of bins. And all a bin is, I always just think of like some type of a laundry basket where the more you put in the bin, the higher the rectangle will go. Okay, so that's the idea. So if I start at 25, I'm going to do something here that it's going to be a little counterproductive, or it's not intuitively, it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to stop this at 39. Okay, and the reason I do that, if I have something that falls in here at 40, if I have a data point that falls in 40, okay, because here are my start and stops for each bin. This is going to be 55, 60 to 70, 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. Now it's a little tricky, and some books do it different, but what happens if I have a 70? Okay, does it go over here, or does it go over here? So what we do is we define it, and we go ahead and put it in the right bin. So if we put it in the right bin, okay, That's why I stop here at 39, because if we would have got 40, 40 needs to go in bin 2. So 40 needs to go in bin 2, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this one at 54. Some books take what's called a midpoint. You get the midpoint, you add the number on the left with that number on the right and divide by 2, and then it actually makes a little more sense that way, but this way is also fine. See, I'm just writing my bins. And we'll go ahead and stop this at 99, because if we had 100, I'd have to add another one. Okay, so now all I do is I'm just going to do one of these and probably speed the video through the other ones, but I have to count how many that fall in between 25 and 30. That's what's going to tell me how high to raise my frequency. So here's one. I'm looking for numbers from 25 to 39. 25 to 39. 25 to 39. 25 to 39. So I found 3 there. Okay, and what I'll do is I'm going to cross these out. Okay, so now I'm looking for numbers from 40 to 52. I got 6 there. Now I'm looking for numbers 55 to 69. '70 to 84. Let me cross those out. Have some when they're crossed out. 70 to 84. Hope I missed one here. That's 65. 70 to 84. I got 5. And the rest will be in my last bin. 1, 2, 2. Okay. And the relative frequency is basically just the percent or the fraction of how often each bin happens over the whole. So I have 20 data points, so n is 20, so this would be 3 over 20, 6 over 20, 4 over 20, 5 over 20, and 2 over 20. Okay, and the cumulative frequency would be 3 over 20, and this accumulates, it accumulates, so this would be 3 plus 6, which is 9 over 20. This would be 3 plus 6, 9, 9 plus 4, 13, and this would be 6, 4, 10, 13, 13 plus 5 is 18, and the last one will always be 1, because it's cumulative. And that would sometimes, when we graph this, we call this an ogive. Okay, helps us find percentiles. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the graph of this, so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to try to make it look a little better here, if it's possible. Okay, change color. So I'm going to go ahead and start at 25. Sometimes I put a little dash there, and I want to increase by 25, 30, I'm going to go up to 40. Okay, from 40, 50, 55, 55, 60, 55, 60, 70, 70 to 85, and I'll go ahead and stop at, I'll just stop at 100. Okay, even though if I had 100 it would go there, and then I'll just do counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Give me a little shift to the screen. Okay, so I go to the first bin and I have a count of 3, so I want to bring my bin up to 3. Okay, the second bin, I want to go up to 6. That's the tallest one. The third bin, I want to go to 4. Fifth bin, 5, a little bit higher. And I'm sorry, fourth bin, this is the fifth bin, which is 2. Okay, and notice we're just putting these data points in there. Okay, so basically that's it. That's how you graph a histogram by hand. On the next video, I'm going to show you how to do it on the 84 family, which includes the 83 plus, a calculator used a lot in high school and college, and also how to describe distributions. That's very important. Also, learning how to find out where the mean, where the median is, get an idea of standard deviation, stuff like that will be in upcoming videos, so make sure you watch. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.